All right, it looks like we are once again live. Welcome everybody to Yankees Live Danger to Society Gun Chat. Because as you know, we are very dangerous. We're too dangerous to be allowed to live chat on our main chat. So we have to chat over here on my car channel. My totally not a gun channel backup or backup channel, I guess I should say. Welcome. If you've never been here before, it's just conversation between myself and my viewers. You can ask me questions. You can suggest topics. You can even call me out if you think I've been wrong about something. Feel free to come in here and let me know how your opinion differs from mine, or if I was wrong on some facts, or whatever. Feel free to do so. We look forward to having a conversation with you. The royal we. You don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. You can talk amongst yourselves over there in the live chat. But if you do want to talk to me, that's what I'm here for. Now, we can't do super chats right now because we are on my car channel, not a backup channel, that is not monetized or any of those things because it doesn't have enough views. We've got enough subscribers now. I've done enough video uploads now. Now we're just trying to get on hours of viewership. And you got to have 3,000 hours of viewership to get to where you can have channel memberships, and you got to have 4,000 to get to where you can have super chats and stuff where you can be monetized. So right now we're at about 3,000. It takes a while for it to update on YouTube. So hopefully within the next week, we'll be at 4,000 and it'll update and we'll be able to do the stuff over here. We can do it our main chat in case it does not come back. But as I was saying, we're doing everything over here now. Now, you can't do super chats. That's the biggest thing over here. And that's how we fund pets and vets. It's one of our major funding sources. It's one of our main sources of income from YouTube is super chats. It's the super chats every day that make it look like we're not making $6-7 on YouTube every day. So I'm going to set up a link here where people can go over and still do super chats, but you do it directly with your debit card or through PayPal. We cut YouTube out of it. They don't get their half, which is what they usually take. Because by the time they take out the fee and then they give you half the net, you get about $2.50 on every $5 donation. So I'm going to put the link over here and pin it at the top so people have got a spot where they can go over and do super chats if they want to keep the conversation going, so the conversation doesn't drag and we actually have something to talk about, preferably some gun stuff. Doesn't have to be gun stuff. It could be other manly man stuff like cars, motorcycles. What else is manly? I don't know. Action figures, maybe. But there's the link up there at the top. You can go over there. I need to start off today. I don't think we had any change on Patreon or Subscribestar. There's no new subscribers, but no old ones left. So that's, no news is good news kind of a thing. As far as orders, I think we got one order today so far. One requires action. What requires action? Oh, that's the one from today. The order is from, who was this? They got to smoke them if you got them t-shirt, which is, the with the Colt Python on it with the smoke coming out of it. It says smoke them if you got them. It was from Randy Bachichachi. I don't know how you say that. But they ordered the shirt. And I do believe that is the only order we had today. Oops, let me go to all, not the ones with need action. Was this one from today? Guy McCartney? Someone got a Guy McCartney got a tactical mug. I think that was actually technically last night. No, it was this morning. It was very early this morning at like 4 a.m. this morning. So that's technically last night because I was still up. So that's still last night to me. That's still yesterday to me. And I do believe that is it for the orders. I think I read this one. No, here's another one that was at like 4 a.m. from Dean Puntjaris. Punch your ass. I don't know how that's pronounced either. They got a give a hoot mug. Give a hoot. Don't make me shoot. Don't mess with other people or their shit. Don't fuck with other people or their shit. So those are the orders. I wanted to say thank you to those people for helping support TYM Triple P. And if you want to support TYM Triple P, well, I don't know if we're going to keep doing TYM Triple P. We only got 5 entries this month. So, all we had to do is exclude one person. Hopefully we'll do a little more advertising this month and we'll get some people involved. I never thought we'd have a month where we almost didn't have enough entries to choose. So I don't even read the entries, by the way. People will send me stuff saying, "Oh, I don't know if you know if this one should be." I'm like, I don't read them. I just forward them to you. I don't want to get involved in these stories. It's sad. A lot of them are sad. I don't want to. So it's up to you, judges, to determine things like that. I'm pouring my soda. Hold on. All righty. I am drinking the Dr. Pepper, strawberries and cream, 0 sugar, because it is good. Nope, they're not a sponsor, but if they wanted to sponsor me, I'd be more than happy to take their money or just free product. Not like shirts and stuff. I don't want to wear a Dr. Pepper shirt. I mean, just free Dr. Pepper. Let's see here. Where was I at? I read the orders. Okay, I think we're ready to start over on the not real chat, but the live chat. So let's get over there. I don't see any super chats coming in. Remember, it is linked at the top. Hopefully people can see it if they need to make a live chat. But let's go over here and see if there's any questions coming in. Oh, let me put this on live chat first before I lose a lot of stuff. Well, I lost some by switching over. So if I miss your comments because I just switched over to live chat. Ghost Shadow needs a wrench. Ghost Shadow don't want no wrench. He don't want no responsibility. He likes to keep it free and breezy. If this becomes your main chat, are you going to make a backup chat? Well, hopefully I won't have to get it suspended again. I'm not going to touch any more guns. I ain't stupid. If I do touch a gun from now on, I'm not going to stick around and have a debate with someone. I'm going to close it right then and there and cancel it before I get dinged for it. Don't know why today, but I've been going and sticking bottle caps inside other bottle caps because I found out that the water bottle caps fit perfectly in the Gatorade caps. They lock in there perfectly. It's like they were meant to be there. They snap together and everything. And then they're like a little case of some sort. I don't know why I've been doing that, but I've been doing it. Let's see here. Where are we? Motorcycles and power tools are also manly things. It depends on what kind of power tool, I guess. I heard from a reliable source, the faster you can drop, roll, and grab your ankle pistol and get off 3 shots, the higher probability it is to live. Is that tactitard talk? Well, I don't know if that idea in itself is tactitard. I mean, anytime you're better at doing something, you have a better chance of living if that action can save your life. However, is the risk of practicing that action greater to your health or greater risk to your health and safety than actually any chance of it ever actually happening to you? That's when it becomes tactitardish, like the people doing the fast draws from the appendix position, those kind of people. That stuff is a danger ass. What's the most overhyped caliber and why is it 45 ACP? I don't know if it's 45 ACP or if it's if I say, people are going to get mad at me because I think the most overhyped caliber is 10 millimeter, to be honest. Now, I'm not saying 10 millimeter is a bad round. If you're going to carry a semi-auto, it's my favorite round. But people overhype it. They act like it is, like 44 Magnum in a semi-auto, or even better than 357 Magnum. It's not. It is not. It is way better than 9mm and 45, because 9mm is better than 45 at most things. 9mm is just very slow, and it's never really kept up with modern technology. And because of the way it's so big and short, it's really hard for it to take advantage of modern technology. This doesn't lend itself to it very well. So 9mm is better than 45, and 10mm is better than 9mm, but it's no substitute for 357 Mag, much less 44 Magnum. So I think 10mm gets a little bit overhyped. I think people act like it's the round that makes it unnecessary to go to something more powerful like a revolver. When no, it doesn't really. It's just better than the other options. But 45 is overhyped also. But it's not even as good as 9mm as far as I'm concerned. All right, we're out of questions. I got no questions coming in here. Got nothing coming in on the PayPal. Do we even have people here? We only got 75 people here, so we might not have enough of a quorum tonight to actually have any conversation. Which, if that happens, that is fine, because I got other stuff to do, to be honest. Stuff that my son needs me to design a little logo for the back of his headrests in his car, so that he can get a little something embroidered on there. Where am I at? Yeah, I'm all caught up on the questions. Did you hear that RFK got a brain worm from a soda with aspartame? I think he might be showing the cracks in his armor that he's a little bit crazy. I think the people that have called him a nut job might be onto something. Got my gun list today together. Only about $14,000. Well, that's not bad. You should get on that. I mean, you got 2 good kidneys, don't you? I think you can get 14,000 for a good kidney. Sell it to the right person. I heard today that 44 Russian turned into 44 Mag. Does that jive correct? I don't know. Similar calibers or similar diameters. That's about the only thing I know that's similar about them. Is 45 ACP good for inside home defense? It's low pressure, subsonic, lower penetration, and more powerful than 9mm. It's not more powerful than 9mm, really. So, but it's fine for self-defense, and it's fine for home defense. It looks like that is it. Yeah, we got nothing. Got nothing coming in over here. Nowhere. No questions, no comments, really. I got nothing to talk about. If you carry a semi-automatic, is 40 Smith & Wesson the optimum round? Well, no, 10mm is better than 40. I know you like Beretta PX4 Storm. Will you be adding one of the new versions to your wall collection? Probably not, because it's at the end of the day, it's still a polymer gun. I don't carry a polymer gun, so I really don't have a reason to get one, especially not a fancied up one. I assume you're meaning the ones from Langdon Tactical, the weighted guns and that are improved upon. My kidneys are shot, but Vicky said she'll sell one for me. Okay, well, good. You missed my last question. 308. I read that. I didn't miss it. I read it. You just didn't pay attention. But that once again, we are out of questions. Comments, nothing I've missed over here. I can see, let's see, make sure before we go anywhere, let's make sure I'm not missed any questions. Nope, nothing over there. 45 ACP is more powerful than 9mm in general, though it's only around 50 pounds more. Not really, even. If you go and you look at maximum loadings on both, 9mm can outperform Smith & Wesson than 45 ACP, even in power, overall foot-pounds of energy, simply because the 45 ACP bullet doesn't do too well at those velocities. So the 9mm can be made to outperform 45 ACP in almost every way. The mass of the 45 ACP round limits its performance, especially at higher velocities, its stability even. You gonna let Ghost Shadow have a wrench? Ghost Shadow ain't asked for a wrench. He'll be better than Mr. F&H. You don't know that. He might just be an absolute monster. So back when 10mm came out, wasn't it loaded hot? Well, I don't know if it was loaded hotter back then, but it's not loaded to as hot as it could be in most ammos these days. But most people aren't buying good quality self-defense ammo. They got buy range ammo and wonder, well, why ain't this as powerful as it could be? Because it's fucking range ammo. Get yourself some high-powered defensive ammo. Get you some buffalo bore, some Underwood, something like that. We just got an order over on the website for some merch. We got a Give a Hoot shirt and a Smoke 'em if you got 'em shirt sold to a Randy King, who's I got to get his bullet out to him because I haven't done it yet. When was the last time you carried a G23? It's been years. Ghost Shadow's good people. Yeah, I don't know if I go that far. I like fully metal guns. Should I add a Smith & Wesson 59 series or Ruger P series to my collection? Which one would you add to your collection? Well, neither of them, actually. But, if you wanted one, I mean, the only reason you would get a Ruger P series is if you wanted a Ruger P series. It's not really going to fill any niche in a modern collection, anything you would actually use. They're just too big, too bulky. But they're cool, so you would want one simply for that reason, like you said, for a collection. I wouldn't consider one for a carry gun. Same thing with the 59 series from Smith & Wesson. There's just too many other better options around. Unless you were collecting a series of guns, then there's a little bit of a difference there. But that's a little different. But otherwise, neither would be anything I would choose to get something. Sorry, I'm 2 minutes behind. Going to Alabama for vacation in a couple of months. Anything I should avoid, do? No, you aren't into fishing, but ever done any saltwater deep sea fishing? I have once, and it's horrible. But Alabama, anything you should do? Not go would be my biggest suggestion of things you should do. And the things you shouldn't do is go. I really want the Korth before you get one. I already have 2 Korth, but I don't have the one you're looking at, and you ain't getting it. Although today I was looking at my emails, and for some reason it was on my Shooting Left to Center email, which I realize hasn't been uploading new stuff for like a month. So there's something wrong with the what do we call it? The password. And the first email I saw was my new toy from you, and I couldn't get it to download. But then I noticed, that was from like on the 2nd, a month ago, like last month. So I was like, oh, okay, that's not. I thought maybe you'd gotten that Korth, and I was going to have you hunt down and killed. I was hoping maybe Welper would do it. He looks like somebody that would do that for $50. I signed up for a credit card to get a $150 gift card through Amazon. Use that gift card towards a weapons light. I am getting desperate for stuff and things. Times are tough. I'm a poor. Yeah, well, join the club. Every time I have any money whatsoever, it gets taken by something like my mother needing something, or my son needing something for school, or things like that. So join the club, the poor person club. I think we got our first super chat. Let me see if it actually worked. I think we determined yesterday it works if you're on a phone and it works if you're on a PC. But not if for some reason, it works on sometimes if you're on a PC. It was really confusing because some people were having no trouble with it, and some people it wasn't working for them at all. Why is it showing me no information on that? Showing me no information on his donation. He made a $2 donation, but when I go to it, it just shows a blank page. Why is it fucking doing this? Log out. I'm going to log out and log back in. It won't let me log out. It tells me error. Let me see what I can do here. There we go. Let's see if I can get in now and see if it actually shows me the transaction. Like I said, PayPal fucking pisses me off because how long have they had to get their shit together and they still can't do the most basic of things? It fucks up. Let's see. Did he put a memo? He did not put a memo. So either he's on a system that doesn't allow him to, or he just forgot. Could be either way. But like I said, I think we determined that if you're on a cell phone, even if it's iPhone or Android, if it's a tablet or a phone, that have no problems with the memos. If you're on a desktop, I think there's no problem if you're using a Mac, and it's 50-50 if you're using a PC. I think that's what we determined was happening with the super chats through PayPal. So let's see, are we done? How many rounds would you say is enough for a good training session range day? Well, it depends on what you're training for. When one is only able to have a range day about 4 or 5 times a year. Well, it depends on what you're training for. If you're training to have complete competency in every different aspect of marksmanship and blah, 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 well, then you're not going to be able to shoot enough rounds in a day. If you're just out keeping yourself familiar with your gun, 50 to 100 rounds will keep you familiar. Where would a person get the details on a weapon used in a crime if a crime happened years ago? What do you mean the details? You mean like you have a weapon and you think it was used in a crime and you're wondering if it did? Well, then go have the police run the serial number. But if you're like, oh, there was a crime in my neighborhood 20 years ago, and it was, well, yeah, you're probably not going to ever see that information. Probably, for one, no one even still remembers it. And two, it may not have even ever been recorded at all. Most crimes don't have the information regarding the weapon used because most people take their weapons with them after they commit a crime. And they don't usually solve those. We close to 3,000 hours yet. We're getting there. But we are done. Where are we at? Are we to the half hour yet, Mark? We're going to give it 6 more minutes until the half hour mark. And then I think we're going to cut out of here because I got stuff to do and we ain't got no questions coming in. There's nobody here. There's like 100 people here right now. So we're going to give it like 6 more minutes and then we're going to get out of here. Don't see anything. It's weird. We used to get 150 people a day at least. Well, we got usually around 200 a day, but that was on our actual channel. We're not on our actual channel right now. So as soon as we went over here, it dropped down really bad. Now we did get a couple of days here that were up to 150, but people tired of that real quick, I think, because they can't do super chats. They can't get involved. People are too paranoid to use PayPal for some reason. They act like, oh my God, all my details are going to be on the internet. Your details are already on the fucking internet. You got an account, dumbass. think we might have got another question over here. Let's see. Let's see. Christian Carlson donated to the Pets and Vets Fund. I got an entry. No, he did not get an entry into the friend drawing, but he donated. And no memo, so I don't know. Maybe you can't do memos. No, they wouldn't make a difference for the money amount over there. Because, like on YouTube, you can't make a comment if you're like you only do a $1 super chat. But over here, I'm sure you can do it on any time. So it must be on PCs, I guess. Sent you an email of my latest purchase. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. Let me show that. I will take that if you don't want it. It would go really well with my regular 92FS. I'll trade you my 92FS Ghost for it. Let's see here. Let me show the picture. This is a Brigadier. Boom, right there. It's even got green Illuma grips on it. Mine's got like a silvery gray Illuma grips on it. I ain't going to reach up there and show you. But that's very, very nice. That's a very, very nice purchase. Close window. Did I show it? Yes, I showed it. Okay. Back to transactions here. Hold on one second. I think we got another question. Ralph donated again. No memo. They did not make a comment. So I guess they're on a PC because it worked yesterday for everybody on a phone or a tablet. And then we got an order. Who did we get an order from? Officer Tater Hater. Got a pistol in my pants, unisex heavy cotton tee from the website over there. So he got that. Also, we got a question from Alan Gillard. Let's see if it actually went through. No, that's Alan Gilliland. I don't know how you pronounce that fucking name. And they made no memo. Is it just not working today? Let me try to make another one. We're not going to be here very long, but I'll try to do it anyway. Let's see. Customer. I'm going to try it a different way. All right. Oh, I did that all wrong. Fuck. Let me try this again. No, customer sets the price. Leave a note. I'm not going to change that. We'll leave it as leave a note for this. Build it. Let me copy the link. Boom. I think I copied it. Let me put it over here. Boom. And then I'll pin it to the top. Place pin message. Let me see if any of these people put questions, comments over here after they did not get one in over there. Let me see. It looks like Randy King did a super chat. Let's see. Wait, did he do two? Why did he do? How come every time he does something, it comes through in twos? What is he doing? For the pets, he said. See, that it worked for him. For the pets, yep. See, so he left a little thing there. So he made it work. I don't know what's wrong with the rest of you people. Is it too complicated? I can understand Dale Rickety having problems and screwing everything up like he did yesterday because he's fucking old and he's going to, computers scare him, make him nervous. He don't know what that fancy glowing box that his grandkids make him use is that he makes phone calls on. He gets very confused by that stuff. So I understand when he makes a mistake, but the rest of you should know better. Let's see. Have you thought about changing the name of the chat from Gun Chat to P&V Fun Chat? YouTube might like that better. Fuck YouTube. My suppressors have finally been approved. Should have them in hands soon. Only took 6 months. Someone told me the other day it takes like a couple weeks now. Is that true, or does it still take 6 months? Regarding your videos today, who's to say you revealed every tactical advantage that you have at home? You have fail safes that you won't mention. Well, even if I didn't, how are they going to overcome what I showed? I'm like, everybody right now showed me. I had one guy, I was like, tell me how you're going to overcome what I'm going to cut the power to your house. I'm like, well, I got backup power in my house. Even if you did manage to dig into the ground and cut the cable that comes up to my house, because you're not getting anywhere near my service box without me knowing you're there, because it's right between my garage and my house. So even if you cut the main power line and didn't kill yourself, my battery backup's going to last for hours in my house. So I'm going to know something's up right away and be on alert. Where am I at? I'm trying to get the model number of a 357 Smith & Wesson that was used. The police had an evidence, but it was over 20 years ago. Do they delete records after X number of years? No, but they'll put them in back storage, and you'll probably no one will ever see it again. And usually that, unless you have an interest in the case, like you're going to say it was a gun that was stolen from you or something, they're probably not going to feel any need to provide you with that information. I don't think that would be covered under FOIA, because certain details of a crime can be kept secret so people don't know too much about the crime. Let's see here. Where am I at? I think we got another super chat over here. Let's see if this person could figure it out. Is Ralph. What was worst ammo you have fired, attempted to fire? Note worked from this PC yesterday. It worked today too. So worst ammo I've ever fired. I don't know. I fired some really filthy old ammo before. And I remember once firing some ammo that had gotten wet. I don't remember what it was, but it was like a cheap ammo. And all it did was squib load. So I got tired of pounding the bullets out of the barrel, so we threw the rest of it in the trash. Because that's what you got to do. You got to stick a wooden rod down there and back it out. Unless it's closer to the other end, and you do it from the other end. But it's not easy to do it on a revolver from that end. It's easy if it's a rifle or a semi-auto. You can take the barrel out and do it. But if it's a revolver and it makes it all the way to the end where you can just almost see it, then you got to beat that bitch all the way back the other direction. That's never fun. Beat that bitch with a stick. Beat that bitch with a stick. So my chat was on the comment that someone asked me today when I got my Kermit hat and wanted to order a t-shirt of it. So I gave them the link. Well, good, but they ain't ordered nothing though. They ain't sold no Kermit t-shirts, but maybe they will. I still haven't recovered from the back surgery I had last year. Well, you're not a young dude anymore. What year do you think cars came back to the power, performance, of muscle car era of the 60s or 70s? Well, they didn't just come back to them. They've surpassed them. But I would say it was probably in the 90s that they really, the late 90s probably, that the latter half of the 90s, that cars started to have guts again. And definitely through the 2000s and stuff. But really, like in the last 10 years, in the 2010s and 2020s, man, it's really picked up, with your demons and all that other shit, and electric cars that can really fucking scoot. I was watching some videos today on the Ioniq 5N, And apparently it mimics an 8-speed transmission in every way. You can redline it. It'll bog down if you try to go into too high gear. It does all the noises of a regular car. It's pretty impressive from what I'm hearing. So it's nice to see an electric car that feels like you're driving a regular car. And they even programmed it to do stuff like, when you shift gears, you feel it shift gears. You can redline it. You can hit a rev limiter. You can all this stuff, and was pretty cool. The people testing it were very happy with it. So it's nice to see that that's a possibility in the future. Because that Dodge thing they showed that just went or whatever it fucking did was weird. That wasn't too. Didn't make me feel too good about the future. This one did. So my chat. Oh, I read that. Why do you like the Beretta 92 so much? Because it's the perfect design, especially a G-type, decocker, double action, single action, hammer fired. I like the looks, the exposed barrel. It's the perfect feel for a firearm. It's a reliable platform. You can get it in 40. So it's fucking perfect. As near perfect as you can get. One caliber for the rest of your life. What are you choosing? Probably 357 Magnum. All newly imported Swiss Army knives in the UK must now be bladeless. So they're Swiss Army non-knives, I guess. Well, that doesn't make any sense. What's the point of bringing them in if they don't have a blade? Are you allowed to still have pointy sticks? Do they take those away from you? I don't know if that's allowed. Doesn't sound like something that'd be allowed. Where am I at here? Why did he made a $1.01? The fee was more than I got on that. They took 50. I guess there's a minimum they take out when you make a donation, because they donated $1.01 and PayPal took 53 cents, which left me 48 cents. That's weird and here's someone donated $10 and they only took 74 cents. So 21 cents more, 10 times as much. I'm like, that. I guess there's a minimum that they take out. Like, is it a 50 cents plus a percentage or something like that? I'm betting that's what it is. I bet it's like 50 cents plus a percentage. Gilligan is me. My chat was because you worked in military intelligence, it's very likely that you did not reveal every home security measure that you have in your video. Well, I don't tell everybody everything on anything. Like, everybody thinks they've seen every gun I own. Nobody's seen every gun I own. When I first came on YouTube, I was very weary of showing how many guns I had or talking about all the guns I had. So I only showed a few up front. And then people thought, this guy buys a gun twice a week. No, I just showed you one I hadn't showed you before twice a week for a while. The most often I've usually bought guns is like twice a month. But there was time there I was showing like 10 new guns a month. It was because I was showing you ones I had never showed you before, because I was like, what's the point? Where am I? I jumped to the bottom. If you had a choice for carry of a polymer gun, what would you carry? If I had to carry a polymer gun, probably a Beretta PX4 Storm, because it's hammer fired. It's got a decocker. It's a lot of things I like, but then again, it also might be H&K P30. Those are fucking awesome. They got the same thing, hammer fire, decocker. Federal law enforcement is working with Portland city officials to address the recent string of vandalism there. It must be pretty bad there. I haven't really noticed any uptick, but I'm sure the media has. Of course, I don't live in downtown Portland either. I'm stupid. I didn't want to do that back in the 90s. I definitely don't want to do it now. I was a 40 yesterday, got a SIG P250. So that was my SC. I don't know what that means. I think he was telling us he bought a SIG P320. I think that's it. But he didn't send us pictures of it or nothing. So I don't know if I believe him. I don't know if do y'all believe him? I don't believe him. I think he's a dirty liar. How dare you turn my chat into your den of lies? That's kind of a paraphrase of a Simpsons quote, just so you know. Lisa, why must you turn my office into a den of lies? When Dale Rickety was a boy, the smallest computer was the size of a Cadillac sedan. When Dale Rickety was a boy, the only computer was those ones where you slide the little balls from side to side, I'm pretty sure. It seems to me that the people obsessed with overwhelming your defenses may have a crush on you. Well, I've always considered that, and I can't blame them, but it ain't going to get them nowhere. I'm a married man. Unless they're very wealthy. If someone, I don't care, male or female, who is exceptionally wealthy is willing to marry me with no prenup, or if they've got one foot in the grave, that would be even better. I will get a divorce and marry you, just so you know. And I'm sure they'll understand. I'll just be like, listen, I'm just going to get the money and then we'll be set for life. In the comment section of one of your videos, Alan Ricketts claimed that hydrogen fuel produces large amounts of CO2. He says that hydrogen is 15 times the cost of gasoline. Well, cost-wise, well, of course it's going to be more expensive because we don't have a lot of infrastructure producing hydrogen. If you had a lot of infrastructure producing hydrogen, it would be just as cheap as gasoline, cheaper probably, because there wouldn't be this large scale operation of bringing up a substance from the ground and refining it, since the people who had the control of that operation wouldn't have control of marketing the actual substance. It'd probably be far cheaper. So that just shows he doesn't understand how the market works. And as far as CO2 emissions from hydrogen, I haven't seen anything to show that that's a serious concern. Maybe they're privy to information that I haven't seen. But let's see. See if there's any reports that I've missed. Hydrogen CO2 emission factor. Let's see. The CO2 emissions per kilogram of hydrogen produced can vary greatly depending on the method of production used. Steam methane reform is the most common method, and it typically results in CO2 emissions around 8 to 10 kilograms of CO2 per 8 to 10 per. Wait, that ain't right. How can it do that? I'm not reading that right. What is the CO2 emission of hydrogen? With upstream and midstream emissions of methane and CO2 and natural gas production being responsible for 1 to 5 kilograms. I'm not understanding these things. It's too far above my head. 20.95 kilograms of CO2 H2, roughly equivalent to 1/10 the amount produced by fossil fuels. So if it's 1/10 even if it is produced, it doesn't matter if it's 1/10 the amount. That's kind of like people who say, "Oh, you shouldn't do e-cigarettes. You might as well just smoke cigarettes because it's got lead in it too." Well, yeah, but one's got like a 1/10 of a gram, and one's got like 10 grams. Not those aren't the real measurements, but you know what I'm saying. You got to understand perspective. Just because something does something bad doesn't mean it's as bad as the alternative. It just means it still does something bad. Drawing from last night. What about, did we do a drawing last night? We didn't do any drawings last night. Oh, yes, we did. I'm supposed to do a drawing from the super chats of last night. We'll do that at the end of the chat tonight. For me, it's a toss up between USMC 556 ammo and CCI. The Blazer ammo had almost 10% of the ammo fail on me. See, I haven't used a lot of Blazer ammo. Make your next car a Dodge Charger, Hellcat, Red Eye jailbreak. No, I would not want one. I test drove a Dodge Demon. I thought about getting a Demon Challenger, and no, it was Charger. And no, I test drove it. No. Granted, it had just rained. The roads were a little bit damp, but no, I'd been dead in a week. And plus, it's real impractical. It's like every time you were at a stoplight and you were trying to take off, you're like, how do I do this without spinning my tires and losing control in the roundabout? It's too much effort needed to be put into it. I just made a stew out of Walmart rotisserie chicken. And it turned out really good. Really good, cheap way to make a big dinner. I do that with Costco chickens quite often. I'll get a Costco chicken, bone it, and make chicken and biscuits, or a chicken vegetable soup, things like that. I do that all the time, and it's a great way to make a meal. How many horsepurs or foot-pounds of torque does a car have to have before it's considered a muscle car? Well, I don't know if there's actually a minimum. I think it has to do with how the car is designed, what the car is designed to do. I think it's more of a power to weight ratio than anything else. And is it designed to operate in a straight line, or is it operate to be a curve, tamer, which would make it more of a sports car? So I think a lot of that stuff matters more than the definite number, because you got to remember that the first muscle cars didn't have 600, 700 horsepower. Most of them, they had like 250 to 350. Beretta suck. Nothing beats Glock perfection, said in a tactitard self-proclaimed operator voice. So your own voice is what you're saying there. Let me make sure I'm not missed anything over here. I have not. Has it signed me out? Probably. It's taking its own time of reloading, so it probably signed me out. No, it did not. Okay. What one car that you sold that you wish you never did, and why? Would be my Supra, because those Gen 4 Supras are super valuable now. And mine was in mint condition. I bought it used with, a few thousand miles on it. Paid a real big drop in the actual price of it. That's back when used cars were actually cheaper than new cars. And sold it, not much under what I paid for it, I'm sure, but still, now I can get a fortune for it. So you'd be willing to become the male version of Anna Nicole Smith for a wealthy old geezer? Absolutely. No prenups. Hopefully they got no family too. I don't want to mess with fucking family. Today I saw a white Ford Ranger with a wide orange center panel that ran along the sides and the tailgate. I thought that's something that Yankee would like. I haven't seen that color scheme the way you're talking about it. Is it a new Ford Ranger or an old Ford Ranger? Now, I've seen older trucks like that that had that body style painting. I remember they used to do that quite a bit. It was like tritone. It'd be like orange, white, and orange, or red, white, and red, something like that. And I even saw some that were like yellow, orange, red, and they looked like a sunset. Any opinion on Makarov 9x18? Nothing in particular. I mean, they're a cool gun. A lot of people like them. They've got a following for a reason, but they're not anything I'm really interested in. That's it for the questions. Are we almost out of time? Can we do the drawing? I got to separate out the chats that came in last night. I can go ahead and count them now. We don't have to draw right this second, but I can go ahead and count them since there ain't going to be no new ones coming in. 3, 10, 17, 24, 27, 34, 37, 38, 39, 42, 49, 50. Hey, Ralph Oakley did that last night where he did that. Now I got 48 cents. So 50, 51. We got 51 entries. So I can write that down at the end of the chat. We will do the drawing. We won't be doing a drawing tonight. I can see that. There ain't been nearly enough super chats, and some of them have been for like 38 cents. So not going to be doing no super chat, no drawing tonight, but we will do the one from last night because I owed you one. I took off because the pizza was ready. I had gotten a text that the pizza was ready, so I was out of here. I was hungry. I hadn't eaten anything. My letter to America from Donald J. Trump. America has been destroyed. Well, then maybe you should move to another country. If you really think this, if you're one of these people who thinks that this country is the worst country in the world, it's been destroyed. I've been alive since the 60s. It ain't changed much, to be honest. So if you somehow think this country is awful, maybe you should move to another one. No one makes you stay here. The poverty that a lot of people are in makes them stay, but that's not the country's problem. Well, it is the country's problem, but I don't think you're going to fix that by electing Trump. You're going to have to re-wipe our entire system and start over again. And Nicole never got any of his money, though. Yeah, I know. That's because he had family that fought her all the way. And she died early. If she'd maybe stuck it out, she might have ended up eventually with something. But she should have got that old man's money. I'm sorry. His kids don't deserve his money. They're not entitled to his money. My kids aren't entitled to anything I own. And I do believe if when I'm 80, if some hot young 18-year-old thing wants to snuggle up to me for my money, I should have every right to give it to them. It's my fucking money, not my kids' money. I think she should have got every penny for sleeping with that old fucking geezer. Ugh, I wouldn't want to do it. I'd have done it for that kind of money, but I don't want to do it. Let's see here. I think we are all caught up on all the questions. Yes, Dan and Nicole was the last question. We don't got anything coming in over here. That is all purchases. Did not count those though, because I would have not known how much to. Why am I on? What is it doing over here? On the wrong thing. All right. Yeah, no questions coming in. No here. I don't got anything to announce or to say that I can think of. I can't think of anything exciting or even interesting happening, really. I did love seeing Trump try to claim he hadn't been sleeping in court when there's dozens of photographs and stuff and of him actually sleeping in court and witnesses saying, yeah, he's sleeping in court. It's because he can't get his caffeine. He can't take a break there because that guy drinks a Diet Coke like every half hour. People talk about how he drinks like 4 to 6 every hour. So they have to be available on demand at all times. And that's probably an exaggeration of how many drinks, but still, you suddenly can't get that. And you're fucking, how old is he? Like almost 80. He's going to be falling asleep. Plus, Trump also likes the stimulants. And don't tell me, no, he doesn't take, yes, he does. He takes Adderall. He shows all the classic symptoms of taking Adderall. Most anybody knows what they're looking for, can see it. But And he can't get that while he's sitting in a courtroom all day, so he's going to fall asleep. You can see the effects sometimes when he runs his, what do you call them, those things he does? The conventions, whatever you call them, long rallies. At the beginning, he's like, woohoo, I'm on fire. And at the end, he's like, Obama is the worst president we've ever had. Because he's fading quick. You can't expect no man to stay up all day. Trump should try the 5-hour energy drink. Ew, those things are so gross. I took a sip of one of those one time. Those energy drinks, like the Monster and all that stuff. It tasted like a lightly carbonated liquid sweet tart that someone had put salt in. It's hard to explain what it tasted like, but it was exceptionally gross. I was like, no, thank you. I'll just have a cup of coffee, thank you. It's the only reason I drink coffee is for the caffeine. I don't really love coffee. In fact, I put stevia and I put sugar-free caramel syrup and I put heavy cream in it, just a little bit of heavy cream, a couple tablespoons, but just to make it, I kind of like it sweet, like a milkshake, like a hot milkshake, because I don't really care for the taste of the coffee. I'm doing everything I can to mask the taste of the coffee. I drink it for the caffeine. Like fish jizz. No, it didn't taste like fish jizz. I know what fish jizz tastes like. I've drank water. It's not that. It's gross. It's way grosser. I'd rather drink fish jizz. All right, where are we at? We can do the drawing. Hold on. I got to do the drawing. Oops, that's on the wrong page. Hold on. Let me get over here and do the drawing random number generator. Random number generator. I got to donate between 1 and 51. It's 40. So I got to go back over to my PayPal, bring up yesterday's donations, and then I got to count down 40. Okay, 1, 2, 9, 10, 13, 14, 17, 24, 27, 34, and 41. So the winner is Emmanuel Fernandez. Emmanuel Fernandez is the winner. And I think he knows what to do. So just make sure you put hat winner in the subject line, or I'm going to ignore your fucking message. Oh, and if who was it here was today that asked me this question? It was, where's he at? I know he sent me a message. Hold on. Let me look for this. It's very, very important. Kevin Payton. He sent me an email saying one of his t-shirts got there, but the other two didn't. Why not? And I'm like, well, I looked into it. They're sent by different producers. The other ones will be there Saturday, but they have shipped. So just coming from different companies. Where are we at? Hey, I wonder, hold on, let me see. Where did they go? What's his name with the G? I wonder if his real name is T. If that's him. Because if so, nobody tell him. But I don't think that's him. The more that I don't win, the more that I think I would have a better chance if I think I'd have a better chance if I participated or it's rigged. Well, yeah, you can't win without participating. And in these cases, it's not like it's like a 1 in a billion chance of winning like the lottery. Often it's like 1 in 10 or 1 in 5 because sometimes there's not a whole lot of hell. And sometimes some people donate like 20, 30 bucks, and then they got a like 50-50 chance of winning. But that's it for us today. We are out of time. We barely made it through today. We barely got enough questions to keep talking. Hopefully tomorrow will be, well, tomorrow should be the podcast with the Never Enough Ammo and Gun websites. So hopefully tomorrow, well, maybe we'll be unbanned, but I doubt it. But hopefully tomorrow we'll get some more interest, get some questions rolling. We'll have more people to talk, so we'll fill it up easier. But thanks everyone for coming. Thanks to everybody who supports the channel financially. Appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who just watches the videos, thumbs them up, shares them. Join my YouTube or join my Facebook page, become a follower on Facebook so that you can share my videos on Facebook, because I put a lot of them over there, links to them at least, and you can just share them on Facebook. Makes it easy. So thanks to everybody that helps out with the channel, especially now that YouTube is actively trying to get rid of us. It's all appreciated. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.